Okay, I believe we are live. Just give me a moment or two and just gonna make sure everything is working fine. Let me just close that window. Okay. Think everything is working fine. Hello Tarun, hope you are keeping well and thank you for being here. If you can see me and hear me, I'd appreciate if you can put in a little yes so I know everything is working fine and we'll get the show on the road. I'll come back to your question, Tarun, in a little while, towards the end. Let me cover the couple of things I'm going to go through today, and I usually take all these questions towards the end. Okay. All right. I think everything is working fine. Okay, let's get started. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are logging in from the world. My name is Ozair, and thank you for joining in today's YouTube live stream. Every weekday, I log in over here at 5 o'clock UK time to go through Google Ads, digital marketing, landing page, conversion tracking, email marketing, or anything to do with digital marketing where you may be struggling or you want to learn and improve your knowledge, know-how, and expertise. So this is the place where you can get all your questions answered. I'll try my best to answer them for you. These sessions are very informal. You can put in any questions you may have in the comment box on the right hand side if you are here for the first time, or if you have been here before, then you know the drill. I usually answer all the questions towards the end. So in today's session, I'm going to go through the most requested questions and the biggest problems which I think a lot of Google Ads users and advertisers experience, which is setting up the Google Call Ads tracking. And there seems to be a fair bit of confusion for a lot of people, so I thought I'll cover this topic for you, and I've got a couple of other topics and things to go through as well. So as you may have heard this many times from me before, that before you start any campaigns, you've got to set up your conversion tracking and make sure that it's working fine. Then what you need to do is, once it's all set up, keep an eye on it, and once your calls and your conversions start, then it should start to record in your Google Ads account. So all you need to do for tracking up your call tracking is you go to Tools and Settings, and then you go to your, where is it gone? Conversions. And from there, this is my test account, so I already have got some in here, so ignore these for the time being and go into the plus, the blue button. You have a choice of 4 types of conversions over here: website, app, phone calls, and import. Import is where you can import data from Google Analytics or other third-party apps or programs. All we need to worry about is this one for today, is the phone calls. Click on that. You will get 3 different options. First is the calls from ads using call extensions or call only ads. The other one is calls to a phone number on your website, and clicks on your number on your mobile website. Now the third one is only applicable if you got a separate website for your mobile. So instead of www, you might have m.yourwebsite.com or something like that. But usually the third option is hardly ever used these days because it's the first two which you need to worry about. So I'm going to start with the first one. Calls from ads using call extensions or call only ads. Continue. So category is pre-filled over here for phone call lead, which it is. You don't need to change it as such in here. So I'll keep it as phone call. Now what I tend to do is to have a naming convention for my conversions. So I can say calls from ads, and then I'll put my phone number in there. So I know that this is my conversion which I have set up, right? Then you need to put in a value for each conversion. If you haven't worked it out, then you should, because you need to know how much a call is worth to your business. So I'm just going to put in 100 for the time being. So the way you work this out is, let's say you get 10 phone calls and you convert at a 30% ratio from calls into customers, and each customer is worth, let's say, £100. So I've earned 3 customers at £100 each, so that's 300, and then I divide that by 10, which is the number of leads. So in that case I would be putting in here 30. So put a number in here, because then you can attribute how much your campaign is generating for your business or for your clients, right? Another conversion or confusion, should I say, is how many conversions to count per click or interaction. For lead generation, always have as 1, because somebody may call you again but it's the same person. Whereas for an e-commerce website, or where you are selling physical or any other kind of products, you put it on every, because every sale is a different order and you need to attribute that value towards your Google Ads account. So it says here recommended for purchases and recommended for lead signups and other conversions, right? So put this as 1. Now call length. To qualify the call as a conversion, it really depends on how you want to track, whether you want to set it up as a 60-second call that will qualify as a conversion, or you could have it as a 20-second minimum call length. So what this does is, if somebody hangs up the phone after 5 seconds because they may have accidentally clicked on your ad and come through, or you are not the one they are looking for, they hang up, I don't want this to be classified as a conversion. So the call length is whatever you want to keep it for your campaigns. I tend to keep the click-through rate, click-through conversion window as 30, but it can go up to 90, I believe, on the custom. Always include this in the conversion column, otherwise it will not show up. So you need to put this a little check into this checkbox. Attribution model, everybody works differently. Google's default is last click. I tend to use time decay, because if multiple ads have shown to the same person and then they've converted, then every ad gets a little bit of attribution. But some customers or some clients prefer the first click. So for example, let's say a locksmith or a plumber, where where someone only sees that ad only once, and then you attribute that conversion to the first click and not to anything else. So you can but the last click is the worst one in my humble opinion, so I never use that. time decay. Now this conversion or the call tracking, conversion tracking is the easiest one in the whole of the Google Ads account to set up, because once you've done this, that's it. You don't need to even put up any tags or do anything in Google Analytics or Google Tag Manager. That's it, it's done. It says you're done. All you need to do then is when you go into your campaign, you just select that conversion from that ad. So I'm gonna go into one of these ads. Okay. So you put your country name in there from this drop-down list, phone number, verification, and final URL, and then conversion action. So you make sure that from the settings and the campaign settings, the call reporting is turned on, and then from here you can see that this is the one which I had set up, because usually Google's default one will be like something like this. So I want to set this up, and now it's all set up. Save it, and you're pretty much good to go, and your call tracking will track your calls. Okay, I'm just gonna have a look on the comment box. Okay, there are a few comments and questions. I'll come onto that in a bit. Then the other one is calls from website. So what happens when someone clicks on your ad and comes through to your landing page? Now with call ads, they don't come through to the landing page. They click on that call button, the phone will start, well, it will give them the prompt to dial out using your phone number. But when somebody clicks on your ad, actual ad, and they come through to the website, then what Google is going to do is going to use a Google call forwarding number through to your website, and it's going to track it, and that's how you will find that calls from your website as well. The only thing you'll need to do is you'll need to set up that call tracking ideally through Google Tag Manager. Now why is this taking up so long to load up? I'm not sure. Let's try and refresh it again. So if anyone has any questions, please put it in the comment box and I'll answer them for you. Keep in mind there's a 30-second delay by the time you put it in and I see it, so put them up sooner rather than later. Okay, phone calls. So you go to plus button, phone call, and now we're gonna go calls to a phone number on your website. So the process is pretty much the same. Phone number, put in the name, value, one, call length, click through conversion window, include in yes, attribution, last click, and then when you create and continue, I'm just gonna put in calls from website. Okay. You'll get this option, three options. Install the tag yourself, email the tag to your webmaster or the guys who look after your website, and then you click on this one, which is the Google Tag Manager. For every kind of tracking, I would highly recommend you use Tag Manager, and you will get prompted to enter the conversion ID and the conversion label, and that's all you need to do. It's fairly straightforward, and there is a little conversion linker tag in Google Tag as well, which takes literally 10 seconds to set it up. And once these are set up, that's it. You don't need to touch anything else. As long as the Google Tag Manager has not been removed from the website, your calls will keep on tracking. And when you go back to your, um, I'm gonna click done. And when you go to your ads, all you do is you select whichever conversion tracking phone number you want, and the same process applies again. So that's how easy it is to set up your call tracking for all your calls. I've heard and I've seen other agencies, advertisers, and users where they don't bother with the calls. They said, "Well, no, we are only tracking leads and form submissions from their website." Well, phone call is one of the most important ways to get a lead, and if you track it, you will find out how many leads and conversions you are getting just from your call ads. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the call tracking. It's fairly straightforward and simple. I've simplified it as much as I possibly could, and there shouldn't be any confusion at all for you to able to just set them up. Even if you are a newbie to Google Ads, just follow this video and you'll be fine. Unless you don't know how to set up Google Tag Manager, hire somebody or give us a call. We'll be able to help you out as well. Obviously, there's a fee or a charge for the work done, but we can certainly do that for you. Another thing I wanted to share with you, something new which has popped up, and I saw that this on the Google Ads Help Center, is explanation. So this was uploaded on the 2nd of June, and I thought I'll show you what this is. So understand changes in conversions with explanations. When optimizing campaigns, it's important to understand why your conversion volume may change. However, it can be difficult to diagnose this issue. So what it is showing you or telling you through this explanations, so when you are comparing the data from a previous date range, it's going to give you this option to view this explanation. So when you see that, it's in beta at the moment, you can see what Google is giving you that explanation for that conversion change. So the three things to keep in mind is explanations are currently unavailable for manual CPC or eCPC search campaigns. Okay, so mostly smart campaigns is working on. Explanations can compare two time periods of equal time length within the last 90 days. Okay, and explanations may only show for campaigns with significant performance changes. So if you don't have much data in your campaigns, then it won't show up. So what they mean by significant, your guess is as good as mine. So if you don't see it, and you probably know that you haven't got much data in your account, and I believe once you have a bit more data, it's going to show you this explanation. So I thought I'll cover this for you. Okay, question times. Let's go to the comment box. Hello everybody. I'll start from the top. Hi Tarun, I'm from India. Google routing number from which we get calls gets disconnected as soon as we pick up the customer call. What can be the reason? Is it country specific or does it happen worldwide? Well, I'm in the UK and I've not come across this issue or this problem. You probably will need to speak with Google about this and see what may cause the issue. So unfortunately on this question, I'm not going to be much of a help other than ask you to get in touch with Google, but I believe the support is closed at the moment, but as soon as they open up, speak with them and they'll try and get to the bottom of it. In the deep, how do I avoid invalid clicks in display campaign? Great question. And this is where a lot of fraudulent clicks happen because of AdSense. I what I do is I look at the quality of the traffic. If the bounce rate is very high and they bounce off the page after 5 seconds or something like that, I know that is junk traffic. So what I do is I set up goals in Google Analytics, import them in Google Ads, and then track it and see what happens. So the things which I will track is time on site for sure. If they are staying on the website for a longer period of time, if they have converted, if they have clicked on a video, number of pages visited. So there are a number of um, micro conversions, should I say, we set up and we track, and that tells us and shows us the quality of the traffic, and you can quite easily minimize. And as soon as you see that these clicks are just getting the ads are just getting the clicks and you're not getting much out of it, then you know that these are fraudulent clicks as well. And also, I would recommend shut out the mobile apps. You get a lot of traffic from there, and a lot of kids are playing these mobile apps, and by accident they click on it. So your budget gets wasted as well. So I would recommend that you cut it out. The best way to do that is through the Google Ads editor. You can't stop it in the interface. So you can minimize it. You can never make it zero, but you can cut out as much as you can. Okay, hello Omar. Can you give a brief on seeds list and what is the benefit of it? And what is the performance planner importance and what does it do? Now, seeds list, I'm not sure what you mean by that. So if you could send your question and rephrase it again, that would be good. The performance planner is the projections as to what you can put in different see how your campaigns can potentially perform and work. Okay, hi Sai. When I untick the search network partner, impressions and clicks, it takes more than 1 week. Do you have any idea? So I would never run a search network partner network ad. I will only run it on Google and not on the search partners for first of all, because you will get a lot of traffic on there. It shouldn't take more than a week. If it is, that means your bids are not very high. You need to keep upping up your bids. You are losing out in your in the auction. So the way to look at it is look at your search impression share and your ad rank lost by search impression. So that way you can increase your bids slowly and start to get them running. Hi Adam. Okay, if you are running a B2B campaign for a design agency specializing in corporate accounts, should you omit mobile traffic and concentrate only on desktop and run them only during business hours? For sure, yeah, absolutely. If you find or feel that your audience is just on the desktop when they're at work, then you can omit them from the mobile and also run them during business hours. But then quite often people do work in the evenings or late in the evenings, or they may have a late shift going on. So you never know. So what I would do is I would set up and see what's happening after 5 o'clock in the evening. If you're not getting any conversions, then you know that um, it's wasting the budget. But then people are searching for your product. You will only get the traffic if there are searches being made. If nobody's searching, then you shouldn't get any clicks. So you might be missing out on something. So you could look into it, run it, test it, and if it's not working, then stop it. Okay, Blue Room IT. How do you deal with +44 numbers? I'm not sure what you mean by that. +44 is the country code for the UK. So I'm really not sure what you mean by that. Okay, so send me any other questions if you may have, and I'll answer them for you. But yeah, these sessions are held every weekday, 5 o'clock UK time. If you do have any problems running your campaigns, we also offer a full management service of your account and also do consulting and training as well. Okay, Adam, what you are saying is, would smart ads and expanded text ads be a good mix for local IT services, computer repair company? I believe the IT services and computer repairs, you can't run them on search, so probably try and run it on the display network, because the third party repair um, services, Google has stopped it, so I'm not sure how you are able to run. Let me know if you are running a campaign right now. I could be mistaken, it could be some other services you offer. Tarun, does it make a difference if I'm using a mobile number or a toll free number? Mm, for your call ads, you don't need to use a toll free number, so mobile is fine. Yeah, Google will track it, you see, so whichever number you use, doesn't matter whether it's from call ads or from calls from your website. Google will absolutely track each and every call, provided you've set it up properly. Okay, cool, brilliant. So thank you so much, guys, for being with me, and I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow, same time at 5 o'clock UK time. Till then, stay safe and well. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.